Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a new dressing. It's a sesame orange cream with ginger. There's 3 parts. I made it before with oranges, whole oranges. Just blending oranges with sesame seeds. You can also take tahini here. This is a half cup or so, not even a half cup of sesame seeds. If you want to take tahini, maybe you would take 3 or say tablespoons. I don't know the ratio of how you convert it. So a half cup of sesame seeds with 2 cups, about 2 cups orange juice. This is how I made my own orange juice. You can do your own or you can buy it also, doesn't matter. Here from 3 oranges I get 2 cups. This is about 2 cups. I'm not precise here. Yeah, most important, I don't even know if it adds up. I will blend it now. And then we see how thick it is. That's the point, it has to have a certain texture. So we'll begin now. Put, let's say, I cover the blades. A little bit of orange juice remains here, just to have the blades covered, and the half cup of sesame seeds in the blender, plus a good amount, a healthy amount of ginger here. And the ginger root, and it's a lot, man. It's maybe 4 inches. Yeah, I don't know. I put it in. I'll leave a little bit out, but so a lot of ginger. Then, and just to have a short idea. Up first, I do blender dance, yeah, and make a second blending in between. I will talk a little bit about why I put these ingredients together and why not whole oranges. Okay, that is easily explained. Whole oranges make the whole thing very thick. That's okay. Yeah, if you want to have a little bit of water in there, you make it nicer for light salads, for example. But the orange juice, you don't have to use water. You can just put a little bit more of tahini in there. So the juice makes it finer. Blender dance. It has to blend a little bit longer. Sesame seeds are firm seeds. They are small and firm, so it takes a little bit longer. We have, of course, tahini. It's already ground sesame seeds usually. And then it is easier to blend, you know. You can also ground your sesame seeds ahead of time. You can have a little, like this here, a little coffee grinder. This is a very versatile tool in my kitchen for many spices. Cardamom I always use it for, but everything. Mustard seed, whatever you like. Pepper can be ground there. And you have then less blending time. If you have another power blender, you can ground it. And this is not expensive, it's 20 bucks or so. You get one and you can, it's so useful. There's some useful tools in the kitchen I would not like to miss. The coffee grinder is definitely one of them. So it looks nice here. Oh, it's pretty thick. I'm surprised now. I like this creaminess. I think I can put the rest of the orange juice in there too, in the second blending. But let me taste it first. Let's see what it is like. It's absolutely fantastic. I say what, I prefer this to my dressing with whole oranges, because of the texture. It's really nice. So I put the rest of the oranges in there. You see, that was not much anyway. Yeah. But it is a wonderful texture. I'll show you in a moment after the second blending. And what happens now, I can put the rest of the ginger in there too. Yeah, that's okay. It's not too much ginger. You know, a lot of ginger goes in there because the sesame seed First, the sesame seed has a very strong flavor. It can even be bitter. And that's a problem with sesame seed. If you have raw sesame seeds, it easily turns out bitter. If you soak it, blend it, or make sesame milk or whatever, it can turn out bitter. For that, you need to be prepared. For example, with ginger. Ginger balances the bitterness. You don't taste the bitterness anymore with the ginger. And also, that orange has the same effect. You can balance bitter flavors with oranges. Orange juice, oranges. For example, dandelion salad is a very bitter salad, a wonderful salad. And with oranges, it's magic. The bitterness is away. I don't know why. It's wonderful. So these are two things are very important to handle this sesame seed flavor. If you have tahini, it's another story. Tahini is not bitter. I mean, there is a little bitterness, but it doesn't disturb you. Tahini is wonderful. If you have tahini, it's very easy to use. But I prefer the seeds. They are fresher, yeah. And I can do a lot of things with them. Yeah. But that's up to you. Tahini I also like. I have something. It's more expensive. Tahini is more expensive. Sesame seeds are very inexpensive. Yeah. And they have a huge amount of calcium and iron. So that is a perfect base for a dressing. So tahini. It's super healthy. It also helps with a lot of things. I recommend it for dressings and I put it in many, many dishes. Yeah. Tahini, sesame seed, yeah. One of my favorite things. So yeah, I will now, after the sitting, yeah, I do the second blending, and that means now the sesame seeds first blended, they can soak. Yeah? They can soak a very fast. And when you soak sesame seeds ahead of time, before blending, yeah, it takes a night or so before they really soak. Yeah? It takes some time because they are so firm, but you break them up. Then, by blending, and they soak fast, and it is now warmer. Long blending makes it warmer a little bit. That speeds up the soaking anyway. Now you have these broken up particles of sesame seeds. They soak and get bigger, and when they are bigger, they get into the blades and get totally creamy. So second blending is oftentimes, especially when you don't soak the nuts or seeds, second blending is always a magic trick, like a magic trick to make it really creamy in many recipes. Also with a power blender, with a simple blender, $100 or so, of course, that is oftentimes recommended to do second blending. But even with a power blender, second blending makes a lot of difference. So second blending, blender dance. You might even blend a little bit longer. Yeah. If it just gets a little bit warmer, a lot of things happen then. It's not too hot, not too warm anyway. It's still completely raw food, yeah, no problem. So you still can blend a little bit longer. Nothing happens then. It gets always creamier and creamier. So let's taste it now again. I'm very excited. Yeah. Yeah. It's really orange and sesame seed and ginger. That's a magic trio. I'll show you what it looks like. It's really nice. And of course it will get a little bit creamier. It sits in the refrigerator here. This is a staple here. I will keep it for some days in the refrigerator. The ginger makes it keep and a little bit longer. It's aseptic, antibacterial, and so it's a nice thing. You see that is a nice glass of dressing. You see the texture is creamy. It's for light salads too, for lettuces. I will have something on my mind to use that for, but first I wanted to check it out. And I tried this sesame seed dressing also with dates or so, lemon. I tell you, don't even try. Yeah? It is a whole different thing, and it gets really a little bit strange. So I wouldn't put anything else in there first. Maybe I will make other attempts. Yeah, maybe with I thought about chili pepper, yeah, or chili maybe, or I don't know. There are some ideas that come up what I can do to refine this dressing. But as a basic dressing, it's by itself. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful flavor. I will definitely make some nice green salads with that, and I show you that in one of the next videos. stand by. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If so, like my video and subscribe. MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter.